Hey everyone, welcome to Sex Nerd Science. This is Dale. Drew and Josh are also with me. However, this episode we just dove right into it and we didn't actually record an opening. So this is season 4, episode 23. Please enjoy. So Josh, how do you like switching to Coke Zero over Coke?
I actually like Coke Zero over Coca-Cola now.
I can't.
I don't know why. It just it's too sweet. Coca-Cola is too sweet now. It tastes like Pepsi.
No, Pepsi's way too sweet.
Exactly. That's how I feel. By not having real sugar in anything now, sugar just tastes
I don't know. The past few days I've gotten Coke Zero. I got it at McDonald's the other day, and then I got a bottle of Coke Zero from downstairs at work, and I couldn't finish it. It was just not good. I got the one from McDonald's, and I tried to sip it, and I was like,
does it taste flat?
it tastes like diet.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly like diet.
Too sweet too.
No, I'd rather have diet. Honestly, I'd rather have diet over Coke Zero.
I only
I don't like diet.
Drinking whiskey with it.
Oh, possibly.
I wanted to make Mark proud if he's still on.
I don't like diet.
Drinking whiskey.
Ooh, I can hear myself.
Yeah,
I'm trying to look at just the comments on Facebook, but it's not working. I don't ever get on. I don't ever get on the computer.
You should throw your Switch in the trash and just all the computer all the time.
What? What about the Switch?
Throw it in the trash. Play video games exclusively on the computer.
Oh,
yep, so it newest comments are at the top.
Oh.
So we told your mom that we're going to do the science of mommies. Well, that I'm getting off.
Well, hopefully, somebody post a comment. Hurry, quick. I want to see if it pops up.
That's what I do from Laura.
That is? Okay, perfect. Cool. So we can keep up. Go that way. Hi, Laura.
Have you guys looked into YouTube TV at all?
Very little. They offered me a trial at one point when they were doing promos for it, and basically just gave me the option it gave me a rundown of everything that I could do. And I mean, I held off on YouTube. Was it YouTube Red
What? I have YouTube Red, but I mean, it doesn't help me with the YouTube TV.
Well, no, I'm just saying I held off on YouTube Red so long that I probably didn't even give the TV a second look.
Gotcha.
Or enough of a look, at least.
Daniel, you're watching a live podcast for Sex Nerd Science.
Yep.
Daniel, you're watching the greatest non-television programming in the world. Dale, you have to do one now.
Tribute.
Daniel, you're watching three guys talk about nonsense.
CNN.
So here's something that I want to talk about, and it's got to be, I can watch TV. I watch YouTube all day long. Not that many advertisements, but when I watch TV, I'll see advertisements. Like right now, it's a Budweiser Jim Beam commercial, and I'm sitting here like, I don't really care if I have that. I could watch a Coke and Pepsi commercial. I'll be like, okay, maybe a little bit. But food commercials, I want that food. Wendy's was just on. I want Wendy's right now. It hooks me in every single time. Do you guys have that problem?
If it's not fast food, yes. So for me, fast food's always it's always like, okay, I could eat fast food, but it's like restaurant commercials, and I know people have different opinions, but Olive Garden, Applebee's, Outback Steakhouse, Carlos O'Kelly's, any kind of sit down restaurant food. That's when I go, And then if it's local programming, typically you'll have those mom and pop shops. So here it's like Swine Dining, Stella's, Atomic Cafe, anyone that's got enough money to put away for some local programming.
Yeah.
Advertisements. But where I typically get a lot of that is straight on Facebook.
By the way, all those places we just mentioned, that'll be $500.
Yep.
Laura's talking about Lansky's.
Ooh, Lansky's. See, this is okay. So this is where when people talk about food, that's when I get the urge to want it, like right then and there. I literally got back from my lunch break, started talking to a customer today, and he was from Louisiana. We got onto Cajun food, and I was like, I literally just ate a foot long.
Be right back. I'm going to
broccoli cheese soup. Can you grab me a drink too? I don't know, water, sweetie. Yeah,
say
water,
sweetie.
Yeah. But so we were talking about Cajun food, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want Cajun food so bad. Like, and he was talking about like Cajun food that I wouldn't even eat. Like, he's like, oh, crawfish, rah, rah. Like, it's so good. And I was just like, no, I want like some jambalaya with sausage and chicken and maybe some of the pork or something in there. Oh, sounds so good.
Sonny is saying the new joint fajitas.
I have not had that before. I am a big Mexican fan, though. I love Mexican food too. And see, now we're talking about food, and there's donuts in front of me. I want to eat them.
Did you find out which one's yours?
No, I didn't. So that's why I'm still not eating them. I don't know which one's mine. I don't know what to eat.
You gotta ask.
But seriously, Dale, these jerseys are like super nice. I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Oh, I'm glad.
Yeah. Well worth the money that I did not spend on the jersey. I am though. It's like $40. I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna take my old Spring Mobile jacket and have them sew over, like embroider over, and put the Sexy Nerd Science logo over it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I want it. I want to have like a nice like neoprene.
I got mine right there.
Cool looking jacket. That's right. What jersey?
Should I
wearing
move
one of
this to like one of these other spots?
the Sexy Nerd Science one?
Yeah, like because you can't see it because my head's there.
Sometimes like when you're like down low, it looks like a Sexy Nerd Science halo. But so do you guys talk video games? Yes, we talk video games. Oh my goodness. I was just playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey before this, and I'm freaking out because it's a really good game. Red Dead Redemption 2's dropped right now. Yeah. I thought I was getting the big bottle of smart water. I was like, oh, Drew,
No.
you shouldn't have.
You don't need your head to be any bigger.
That's right.
All right. So
Eat the donut.
eat the donut. Actually, it is a donut stop donut. And speaking of food, we were just talking about it earlier. I don't care what you guys were talking about before I got here.
Video games.
Oh, yeah. We do talk about video games quite often. That's pretty much my entire life in this podcast. And 2, Donut Stop in 13th Street in Omaha, downtown Omaha, is going out of business. Their last day is October 31st. So I'm about to get donuts like every day for the next 5 days.
Which one's mine?
You could gain some weight, Drew. So my biggest thing is with donuts. Every morning I go to 7-Eleven.
I'm eating one.
I didn't know if like one was just broken or not.
No, it's half eaten.
Okay, Dale goes to 7-Eleven. Continue.
So I go to 7-Eleven and I get a big gulp and a donut. They have these like cinnamon roll things, and I get one every morning. And I try my hardest not to get one, but I think I look over there. I'm like, oh, I could get a sub sandwich, or I could get something. I want something for breakfast. And every morning I get one. I didn't get one this morning though. It was delicious every morning. But see, now I can go to a million other donut shops, and it's not as good as the 7-Eleven donut.
Cinnamon rolls like these?
No, these are like mom and pop.
You guys look so disgusting eating though.
You get that ASMR going.
ASMR.
Was it audio stimulatory response? Something response?
I have no idea. Uh-oh.
Yes, Tasha?
You got another donut?
This is the leftovers from me and Charlie's donut. This is the worst idea. You guys are getting me in trouble with this live streaming nonsense.
By the way, because we were talking about video games before this, I have not played the new Call of Duty yet.
I have.
I've heard lots of people talking about the Fortnite Call of Duty play, and someone's still like,
it's a smart move from them.
well, someone's like, oh, I'm still going to pay $50 just so I can do zombies. And I was just like, okay. Like,
it's a game mode that people want right now, or that's popular, and they're going to try it with the game mode, or they're going to try it with the thing. I played with Kyle before I came over here. Before I got on.
Everybody's jumping on the battle, like the what was it?
Battle Royale.
Battle Royale kind of game mode.
Yeah.
I was just told about one, and I'm going to butcher the name of it, but it's the Ring of Elysium. It's like a PC only PUBG, but it's like, well, the way it was described to me is if you mixed PUBG with SSX Tricky.
SSX Tricky?
Yeah, the snowboarding game.
I'm not familiar.
So it's a old snowboarding game that you basically it's like Tony Hawk but on snowboards. Cool. You do downhill ski or downhill slalom, and
not to be confused with 1080 Avalanche.
But that was also same type of game. But so in this game, Oldest played what?
The
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. Okay. So, but in Ring of Elysium, basically you have it's PUBG, Fortnite, or whatever. But the aspect that sets it aside from the other ones, like Fortnite, you can build things. In Ring of Elysium, you have your own mode of transportation at all times, so you can basically get on skis or.
I'm just looking at myself chewing.
Oh, she has played Elysium. Or that's what I don't know.
402, what?
But
not for everybody.
Yeah.
So
is that on what console? Sunny 402.
PS4.
PS4?
Yep.
Oh, I have the PS4 game. What do y'all have? Oh,
Sunny is asking what I'm assuming game systems we have.
Yep, yeah. I have Xbox One launch day edition, Nintendo Switch, and
the SX or original.
The Xbox One original launch day edition, and then I have my PC, which I have Assassin's Creed Odyssey on right now because I wanted something that plays in beautiful, crisp 4K, and my PC is the only thing that has 4K.
Drew, what do you got?
I got all that shit.
You have all three main stuff?
I have the three mains, and then I have Atari 2600, Dreamcast. I mean, I have all the old ones.
But when was the last time you played any of those?
Prior to the move, like right before we moved here.
Oh wow!
I used to hook one up a week.
So Walmart currently sells mini arcade boxes with like preloaded arcade games in them now. For like, I think it's like $200. You can get like an arcade box with like Galaga and a couple things in it.
Like like standalone arcade boxes?
Yeah. And they're preloaded with the games in them and everything. But it was kind of cool. We sometimes play games. There's a cat running around here.
Rufio, if Rufio knocks the camera over, I apologize. So yeah, we do.
Andrew makes arcade boxes. Yes, he does.
I have made one arcade box in total.
You got the tops for him.
That's true.
Yeah, I know that I am a PC guy.
Yeah, Dale. What do you play?
That's all I play is PC. Overwatch is my big thing. I play some Minecraft here and there. A little bit of Diablo, a little bit of World of Warcraft, mostly Blizzard stuff, a little bit of Rocket League, but mostly Overwatch. And
I really liked Rocket League.
I love
it.
It's fun.
I feel like it would be hard to play on PC.
Really?
Why?
I still do controller on PC and play on Steam.
I just feel
hard
like
to be
So racing games for me, I always tried to use a wheel or a third-party controller or a third controller anyway.
Mhm.
But like that's not even a racing game. There's other components to it, like where you can jump and hit the ball and things like that. And I mean, obviously, like boosts and stuff is different than that. But my steering wheel, I don't know how that would do. I would be very interested to try it on PC, but I don't know if it would work very well.
Yeah, I just move the mouse around a lot. I mean, I don't know. It's not that complicated.
Dale says it's not complicated, but I've tried.
So okay, what's the
biggest thing for me is the accuracy that I have with a mouse over the accuracy with a controller.
Well, and that's perfectly fine for like shooting games, and I completely understand that. However, for a racing game, the accuracy is not
as important.
Yeah,
so, I get that. No, I get that. I think for me, it's because it makes more sense for me. I have the setup for it.
No, and I mean, I really wish I could put money into. I'm going to put money into a nicer computer.
Honestly, like you can build nowadays just the cheapest computer for full gaming. I know a lot of people on the YouTube, they say like, if you buy these extra parts on eBay, you can build one, for less than $100. I mean, you're spending, you're not going to get the top of the line is what I'm trying to say.
No,
but you're going to get something good.
It's definitely like at the rate I'm going, if I can boot up a game, like I'm happy with my rig right now. Like as long as I can boot it up, but mine's like a decade old and Frankenstein together 3 or 4 different times. So I've taken graphics cards and cooling processor coolers and swapped those out for newer, better, or actually working ones. And so
I have mine just air cooled. I don't have any water cooling system or anything like that. And so I have a room. I don't know how many square feet it is. Probably like 12 by 10, nothing more than that. And it's literally, if you were to open my door in the winter or summer, the degrees in here is probably a good 5 to 10 degrees difference in this room because of my computer is constantly running. If usually
always warmer.
It's always warmer. It's always warmer. Like in here, I shut the vent in here because I have the heat on right now. I'd be dying if it was actually popping out heat, because this thing is just blowing out hot air.
Just like this podcast. Bam!
Boom.
I saw Hotel Transylvania 3. I thought it was fucking hilarious. I took Charlie there to see it on our first movie date last month.
I am deeply surprised by how successful Hotel Transylvania has been. Like,
did you not like the first one?
No, it's not that I didn't like them. It's just like, so like Adam Sandler movies have like a notorious bad rap, but because like Hotel Transylvania keeps doing so well, it enables Adam Sandler to be like, hey, I'm going to do all these terrible movies on top of this and just keep re-releasing Hotel Transylvania. What it was is I was following Project Nerd, the Nerdcast's movie league, and they were setting up for, I can't remember what came out at the same time as Hotel Transylvania 2, but there was another movie that came out like right at the same time. And they're like, oh, well, we're going to put it in this new film. And after already being out for a week, Hotel Transylvania 2 was still a higher grossing film and like more profitable in movie league than the brand new film that came out. And I just can't remember what it was, but I was like, man, that's insane. Like, it's crazy to think of how much money. I mean, Adam Sandler is a billionaire producer.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. I mean, we watched Billy Madison on our way down to Wichita. So I love me some Adam Sandler. No, let's not get it twisted. But I'm blown away by how successful those movies are.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely, I think the biggest thing with Adam Sandler is he can do his goofy voice and you don't have to see his goofy face. And I think that's literally.
Do you think the type of person that used to like Adam Sandler movies are just now older and now want to see more mature movies?
I don't think it's.
I think my personal movie tastes have definitely have definitely matured over as I get older. And I know that's, kind of
Listen,
but
don't get me wrong. I love a good fart joke, okay? But there's a difference between he's a 60, 50-year-old dude now doing the same voice he's been doing for 30 years, 40 years, or whatever, however old he is. I don't know. Dale fact check me. And so
58.
And so he's been doing that voice for literally ever. And now it only works. So he's been doing that. And now his face doesn't match it because he's old. How old is he?
He is 52, 1966.
Cool.
He has been active since 1987. So
Cool.
31 years.
So it's close enough. Mom, I did love him on SNL too. Lunch Ladyland is my favorite song that he's ever done in this world. And every time I make sloppy joes,
It's good. I like that song.
Think of that song.
Extra sloppy.
I made them extra sloppy for ya. So I don't think it's about the maturing because, like I said, I like a good fart joke. I love stupid movies, buddy comedies and all that stuff. But it's just and Mom, as far as being repetitive, we literally talked about that when we watched Billy Madison. We were like, well, we can't watch Happy Gilmore because it's just Adam Sandler's stupid, goofy character playing golf instead of going to school. So,
or 8 Crazy Nights,
or being
or Big Daddy.
Jew. Yeah, I mean,
but see, those are the classic ones. I'm talking about like
more. I love every single one of those.
Is it because it's nostalgia that you like it, or is it because it's actually good?
I mean, Big Daddy hits a lot more at this point.
Like, remember some of the new ones? Like, it's like Jack and Jill. That's one. What about the one where he was like an old Western one?
Oh,
I like that one.
That 8, not the Hateful.
No, it's like the not Sinister Six. It's something 6, and he's all the characters. He did like is that what he did all?
No, but it was basically like the Grown Ups cast doing a Western movie.
Yeah,
and they had
Ridiculous Six.
There
Six,
it is.
Yeah. But it was good.
But
it was funny, I thought.
I think they're all funny. I did, however, watch his new stand-up that's on Netflix, and I couldn't get more than 12 minutes in, and I don't know if it's just because it kept jumping around. It was doing this weird thing where it was taking clips from, like, this stand-up set, and then this stand-up set, and then the next stand-up set, and then you went back to the first stand-up set, and I just couldn't – my mind couldn't –
I recently watched Funny People lately. Again,
is that the one with the cancer one?
Yeah,
or the one he's sick? I don't know.
Where he plays a comedian that's like dying essentially, and then ends up finding out he's not dying. But I mean, like that was actually a really good movie. Like, and it was funny. It had, I think, great acting in it. I think a lot of the time too, he's just like, hey, let's make a movie, and I'm going to get all my friends to be in it again. And like, I don't know. I can't say anything about his friends because Peter Dante is still one of the most amazing people I've ever met.
I like Rob Schneider.
Yeah,
Rob Schneider. That one when he went to prison, or he was like he was a rich guy and he like ended up having to go to prison after like 6 months.
You're talking about The Longest Yard?
No, that's Adam Sandler. I'm talking about Rob Schneider.
Oh,
yeah, it was hilarious.
I don't remember what Rob Schneider movie that is.
I don't either.
I do like the versatility of Rob Schneider. Like,
yeah,
the fact that you can put him in like as a Hawaiian, as a black guy, as a Filipino.
I really still to this day like the
Big Stan.
Big Stan.
Big Stan.
Oh, really?
Watch it. Watch it 100%.
All right, guys.
Write it down.
Let's we're about an hour in, I guess, at this point to the stream. Let's start a podcast.
Well, I figured we'd just we wouldn't do the intro. I'd record the intro ahead of time and then just fill it in whenever. If you want to do that,
we can do that too. I mean, we can just get into some general. Let's get into our regular topics then.
Yeah.
Sexy news.
So this is Sexy Nerd Science. If you're just chiming in with us, we talk about all things sexy, nerdy, and sciencey. And today we're going to talk about Dale, Josh, and myself.
Ooh.
Sexy, nerdy, and sciencey. I'll let you guys choose which one's which. But
Yes, labels are mean.
So Doctor Who. We talk about Doctor Who.
Yeah, go ahead.
Talk about Doctor Who, Dale.
So last week, Doctor Who went to visit Rosa Parks during the civil rights movement, and the whole story was about something happening, and they need to fix history. Obviously, that's not 9 times out of 10 what it's about, and it was memorable. It was good. I definitely recommend starting Doctor Who if you haven't. A whole new thing. You know exactly where you can fit in. However, there are a lot of throwbacks, like the old Doctors. There's a lot of callbacks to certain things.
Is this the premiere episode?
No, this is episode 4 coming out on Sunday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they've
we've
had 3 now.
we've had new Lady Doctor for 4 episodes now.
Yep, three episodes, 4th coming out this Sunday on BBC.
Still not exploded.
What now?
Said the world has still not exploded.
Exactly. It is. I like it so far.
A lady doctor.
What? It's getting into the swing of things now. She's starting to figure out who she is. I like her so far. I think she's still finding that. I'll say that niche that makes her want to come back. Like right now, it's just a TV show, British TV show. I want that, what makes her the Doctor. I know it sounds hard to pinpoint exactly a thing. Ask any person about what's their favorite Doctor. 70% of them is going to say David Tennant.
Bow ties are cool.
Does she wear a bow tie?
No.
Oh, does she wear a bolo tie?
She wears
what's her thing?
A jumper. It's like
coveralls?
Coveralls. And then there's straps, and then she wears an overcoat.
Huh.
So it's pretty good. She's kind of called back to a few other different Doctors that are dressed a little crazy. But yeah, I don't know. Me and Amanda have been doing a date night every Sunday.
That's smart. What did my mom just post us in the buy sell trade page?
I hope not.
God, she
buy sell trade.
What the hell?
We're for sale, guys.
We are. Anybody on the buy sell trade page, if you're listening to this, we have a sponsorship opportunity for you in the Omaha area. If you guys want to get at us at sexynerdscience@gmail.com, and we'll talk to you about sponsoring our podcast. Now, back to the regular scheduled programming.
So the next thing is the Model 3. Josh and Drew, I posted something on Sex Nerd Science Facebook page, and it was about a Bloomberg Insider video on YouTube. And what they did is actually a company here in Michigan, in Detroit, and they take all the cars and they kind of break down. Yeah, they break down all the components and the pros and cons to a lot of stuff.
Is that the water jet people that cut through things with the water jet?
No. This is actually a legit company. I actually wrote them down because I might apply for them. They're a legit company. I think it's Mergo and Associates. I think it is. But I definitely recommend watching this small little segment because they talked about all the pros and all the cons of the car. And they said the biggest, the pro is the engine or the motor. It's quiet. It's more efficient. It weighs less, costs less, good quality stuff. It'll last very long. Next good thing was the batteries. Well made, last very long. Good too. So those are the two big things, obviously, motor and batteries that are going to stand the test of time. The one thing they had criticism was the body of the car.
They didn't like the body?
they did not like the body, but it wasn't because of safety and it wasn't because of aesthetics. It was because of how it's put together.
Panel gaps and machining.
No, it's not even that. It's the fact that two big things. One, most cars nowadays are a unibody, or when they're put together in section, welded and bolted. And with this car, they said there was like 16 or 17 different fastener types, different screws or bolts throughout the entire car. That's unheard of just for the body. If you were to do that from Ford or Chrysler or GM or any of the, even Nissan or any of the...
You're just talking about, like, so they use like a hex screw in one area and then like a Phillips screw head, or...
Yep, it was the amount of the different types of fasteners. It was the amount of panels. So it wasn't just like, a piece that's this big. It was just tiny little pieces welded together. And it was if you were to build that car from Ford or GM, just the body, they could probably cut the cost by over 50% and make the speed quicker, but the same quality.
Well,
and I think the biggest reason is because the Fremont plant or the Fremont factory isn't designed for the modern. I wouldn't say the modern. They were talking about it's not designed for, popping out cars, popping out millions at a time. They built a system to make the car more efficient, more fuel. Obviously, the great battery, great motor, but they didn't focus on the actual aesthetics or the
production.
Body of the car, production. And so they could cut the cost in half. They could still keep the same amount of safety, still keep the same amount of stuff that's in the car, decrease the weight, just tons of things, and make it speed up production, but they don't.
But could they do that though?
Did they by chance say what serial number this car was?
They didn't say what serial number. They said it was the $50,000 Model 3. They broke it down what actually it had in it.
Because the only thing I was going to say is because I know that like the first couple thousand Model 3s were all kind of having that same issue, because they were running into like, oh my gosh, like why are we doing, like, we're trying to over automate this system when if we just slowed down and put a person there, like this is a case where over automation actually slows down the system.
Yeah, that's exactly what they talked about.
But they have since fixed that. That was when Tesla was going through their production hell.
So I don't think they told, or I don't think they said this is from this year or this time frame.
Okay.
They said it was a $50,000 vehicle.
Yeah.
Cost for making the car was, I think, $38,000.
I've literally
there was a 30% product margin
now. There are dozens of Model 3s I've seen driving around. I am so happy to have this. And there was literally a guy that was in my Walmart store today who's like, yeah, I just ordered, I'm picking it up next weekend. And I was just like, oh, dude, I wish you would have told me. I could have given you my coupon code. By the way, if anybody listening to this, I know we're not going to hear it, but if anybody listening to this is wanting to buy a Tesla in the near future, hit me up. I have a referral code that'll get you 6 months free supercharging.
And also give Josh some bonus perks too.
I don't know if it gives me bonus perks.
It gives you
like so many.
It now does if you get a new car, but back in the day, I don't think it gives you.
Well, back in the day, it used to give me like free stuff for my Tesla. Like,
well, no, that's what I'm saying. Now, if you were to buy a brand new car today and refer somebody, you get like 1,000 miles of charging. You get like all these things, but what are they supposed to give you now?
Yeah.
Well, if you were to refer somebody now, what do you actually get?
So if I refer somebody, I think right now, it used to be, I got an RC, like an actual miniature Tesla, like RC car, which was kind of not RC,
like a Power Wheel?
Like a Power Wheel for kids. And I was like, that would be so cool.
Like the one that Vern Troyer drove?
And then if I had 3 referrals, they were going to give me the Arachnid Spider 20-inch rims on my car for free. And then if I got so many other referrals, like if I got 10 referrals, I could get a free power wall, which I really think would be awesome. I don't know what my referrals are now. I just looked at it today for that gentleman. I don't think I get very much of anything now. I think if I do like 10 referrals, I can still get a power wall, which would be kind of cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now if you were to buy a brand new car today and refer somebody, you get like 1,000 miles of charging. You get like all these things, but what are they supposed to give you now?
Yeah.
instead of the power wheel.
Yeah, well, I mean, like a power wall, I mean, that's 12,000 kilowatts of just backup battery that I can plug into my house. And then if we ever lose power again, I have 12 kilowatt. Did I say 12,000? 12 kilowatts. Sorry. 12 kilowatts of backup battery, which would last my house about a day.
Enough time for your food not to go bad.
That's right. I
And
threw away all my food.
So speaking of Tesla, let's give them a little kudos for turning a profit.
Almost.
Wait, it's almost turning a profit?
Yeah, so they're on the up. I think the stock just went up like 10%. They won't know until the end of quarter four. So quarter three was almost profitable. Quarter four started in October here. So they'll know by the end of quarter four if they are profitable.
I thought
for the first
thing
time
I
in the
read
year.
said that they.
I think they're well above, like they're projected to be well above profitable.
Wow.
Which is, yes, first time, awesome. Elon Musk, kudos. Sorry you lost chairman of the board, but Elon Musk's Twitter got suspended too because they thought he'd been hacked because he was just posting all this really weird stuff. Yeah, Elon Musk, you need to pull it out of this tailspin you're in right now. You're scaring the world, buddy.
He'll be all right.
I hope so.
I don't want to lead the charge, but I just have topics that I'm going down the list.
Good. Keep going. Bring it at. Throw it at me.
So the next thing is, I don't know if you guys been following, but Apple's been hit, not with a specific charges or anything like that, but I would say like PR problems. A lot of their products are two things. One, the quality is going down, and then the second thing is repair. There's a guy that repairs stuff all the time. You've probably seen it. He's been in the news a lot. He goes through every single day and just, fixes computers, specifically Mac computers. At least that's the most thing he talks about. And he just says, this is built fine, but obviously for the cost and everything, it's not worth it. And the repairing of their own products, they can't do. Like 90% of the people in the United States and in Canada cannot fix the MacBook Pro or the Pro series. And I kind of wanted to get your opinion on that. Also, not just that, but it was also the they ended up going to a Mac store and doing which is one of the same things. And they said, hey, we have this problem. Can you fix it? And they said it would be like $1,100 to fix this thing when it was just a bent pin.
Yep.
So
I remember in that video specifically.
Yeah. So what can you give me some insight into that, and how does that affect your future buying habits?
All right. Well, real quick, there's a place that does. I don't know if this is a couple of years ago, but they do repairs for Macs and other non-name brand PCs for Best Buy and Nebraska Furniture Mart. So if you buy and warranty your products through Best Buy and Nebraska Furniture Mart, if it's a repairable item, they take it to this place off of like Maple Street, and they do those repairs. But there's like a 3-month waiting list because this one guy is the only person that knows how to do, or the only person that knows the most about these things. So he has to double check everything. So at the point in time where one of my friends was getting their old MacBook repaired, she was without it for like 3 months because the waiting list was so immense for this one place. But then the insurance ended up, like the insurance said that it would have cost her just as much to just buy a new MacBook at the price that it was. Like, that's how much the repair was. Now, obviously, the insurance that she bought for it cleared that out, but his charge was as much as a new MacBook would have cost.
See, that's the biggest thing, is that's what I'm kind of talking about, is because
I think it's absolutely ridiculous.
All the repairs with Mac either cost too much or they're going to the wrong places, because if they were to go right to Mac or right to Apple and get the same repairs done, they're paying way too much money for these repairs when you can just rip the hard drive out and put it in a new Mac, or
So one of the things I wanted to point out, though, on that video specifically with the bent pen, the reason why Apple said they could not just fix the broken backlight is because the computer had water damage, or at least the indicators said that had water damage, which, yes, it's totally true. Steam getting into your computer can cause water damage and can cause those things to happen.
Well, he didn't say steam. He said high humidity if it's in a high humidity area.
Water in the air. Water vapor in there can cause those to happen. And yes, that's totally true. I think that is something that is possible for happening. But for Apple to certify, because when Apple fixes a product, they give it another 12-year manufacturer warrant or 12-month manufacturer warranty if you get it fixed. So to be able to give the warranty, that's why they're like, no, you might as well just buy a brand new thing because this has water damage. For us to go through and replace all the pieces to make sure that we can warranty this product again, that's why I would say that drives the cost back up.
If a person who understands to look at computers, and this is, when I look at a computer, you can tell it has water damage, not just the little indicators. The little indicators are for somebody who's novice. If you actually look at a computer, you can see if it has water damage or not.
Yeah, but those indicators, though, are, I mean, that's, even here in the cell phone world, you know, those indicators, you have to follow those as gospel because that just, I mean, those can't be tripped. Like, it's one of those things like, hey, if we have these in here for a reason, if they turn colors, then it means there's water damage, or there could possibly be water damage. Replacing
anything in a phone and or a computer is and should be super easy to do. Because you buy the product, it should be easy to fix and quit, and something that anybody can do nowadays.
So I have this problem with my car, for instance. It took me almost a month or 2 months to get my car fixed because of the same reason. The parts had to be made by Tesla, shipped out to me, you know, like getting a hold of the extra parts, getting people who were certified to work on the Tesla to work at that time, drove all my costs up super high. And this actually was something that Elon Musk literally tweeted about a month and a half ago, that because repair times are so long at their third-party locations, and that it's, you know, things are being done, that they're basically saying, hey, we're going to have, as soon as next, like, you're going to have to drive your car to one of our repair places. If you do, we will have the entire thing fixed within 1 day and then back out to you.
So that's the goal, and that's trying to get that way. But in some of these other videos that I believe the guy's name is Lewis, I can't remember what company or anything. He talks about
your company. I remember that computer.
What now? Yeah. He's some type of computer repair company.
Yeah.
He talks about the fact that back, you know, like less than 5 years ago, you used to be able to open up a Mac and, you know, fix something out. And then they ended up saying, oh, now they're going to glue it in. The next thing they ended up saying, oh, now the screws are not a screw. We used to open up with a penny. Now you have to actually use a screwdriver. And then it was not a screwdriver. You have to actually have a proprietary 5-bit thing to open it.
5-pin tool.
Exactly. And then once you get that, you know, because third-party people make them, as soon as you get that, then you have to get inside. And then once you're inside, things are not just, you can't just go to the store and replace something. It's not modular. It's very, you have to, you know, it used to be modular, but then they just made it so convolutedly difficult to fix something on your own when you can go to any place for a PC or any place for any other type of computer and get it, not just fix it, but I'm talking about find information to fix it on your own. And that's the part that, you know, because Tesla is trying to get it fixed quicker. It's trying not to make those costs and the time waiting to go up. Gives open source information about their vehicles and about their stuff so you can actually try to fix it yourself. There's YouTube videos up the wazoo about how to fix Teslas.
Yeah, but those are none of those are done like a Tesla official.
No, of course not. No.
But so I mean,
and now Tesla has basically said too, hey, you guys suck at what you're doing. We're revoking your privilege to be able to do that. And if you want to keep fixing Teslas, you have to work for us. Because, and to be fair,
that's just to keep it the warranty, though.
I don't know if Daniel's still on, but probably not. BMW has that exact same problem. a lot of mechanics won't necessarily work on your BMW or your, Subaru, because they're not gonna mess around with a different make manufacturer, the complicatedness of a different manufacturer, when they could work on a old school Ford or something like that. Like, I mean, that's a lot of newer technology right now that's becoming more proprietary, in the sense that, not only do we want to sell you the service, if it breaks, we want to be the ones to fix it for you and charge you our rates to fix it. But with all those things, if you do pay our rates to fix it, I mean, having the extended warranty and things like that with it would help. Whereas having a Joe Schmo repair guy, who some of them can be excellent, there are a lot of them out there that'll take your computer apart, say that it's fixed, and give you back a broken computer, or a computer that's
and that's, I guess, the nature of the beast, because you don't know. And that's why you have these people that are trying to, like, another video that the same guy says, like, you go to the store, you expect them to fix it. They say they fixed it, whoever they are, Apple, any other company.
Yeah.
They say they fixed it. You stop looking for a solution because you think it's fixed.
Yeah.
You keep using that product or using the computer, car, whatever, and that ends up breaking more, to the point of, well, you told me it was fixed. Why would I need to go? If you don't tell me that it's fixed, I would keep looking for another solution. So I get the fact that car companies and computer companies want you to go with them. It is more money. They're going to make more money in the long run, and you're going to get, in my opinion, better service. What I'm having issue with is the fact of, I think that you should be able to fix things that shouldn't be so complicated, or you don't know how to fix things. It should be as simple as possible.
There's different, for me, I have a different issue. Is I don't mind paying to have it fixed if it's not fixable, but the fact that it's $700 to fix the back piece of my phone if it cracks, like, it's not even a necessity for the phone to run.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's probably something as far as the entire housing is fastened to it, so you have to take literally every component off of it, or something to that effect. But to have if the glass on the back of my phone breaks, at that point I'm putting a piece of packaging tape over it and hoping I don't cut the shit out of my hands, because $700 is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, but with most other phones, even with iPhones nowadays, you can actually just buy third-party things and fix it yourself and still have the same quality, except with waterproofing. You can't have it waterproof anymore.
I know people that have professional repair companies that I used to sell cell phones to, that do phone repair. I've had probably, I'd say, I mean, this is personal experience, so I don't want to necessarily say anecdotal evidence means there's a problem, but I've literally had people from different companies have to purchase customers' cell phones
because they
screwed them up. Like, and then that person like throws a fit, and they're like, wait a minute, like, you were supposed to fix my screen that you said was an easy $45 repair.
Yep.
And Apple wanted $200 to do it. You're going to do it for $45. Cool. Now you just broke my phone. Now you have to pay the remaining $700 to fix this.
Yeah.
And the problem is, if you have small mom and pop shops that do make a business of repairing iPhones like that, if they break too many, the cost of fixing and replacing those iPhones is going to make them lose money in the long run.
Oh, I completely agree. But I think it was my phone I have currently, or another phone, was where they're trying to replace the screen. In order to open the phone up, you had to, you have to obviously pry it open and take the glue off.
Yeah.
But if you didn't open it in a specific way, I think it was my phone, honestly, the Samsung Galaxy S8. The screen is adhered to the front glass. It's glued to it. You just can't replace both of them together.
Digitizer and your screen have to be.
Yeah, and so back in the day, or not back in the day, a year ago, 2 years ago, they used to be separate, and now they're most likely together. So you have to replace that whole unit, and that whole unit increases the cost. And people take heat guns and try to get them off, but in my opinion, that should be very modularized. I'm gonna get out my computer here in a second, and if you turn it over, and I told Josh this when I got the computer, I turn it over, and there's one screw on the back. There's not hundreds of it. There's one screw. I open up that one screw, I can get to every part and replace it with just a few other little screws for each part. And that's why I bought the machine, is because of how easy it is to fix if anything breaks on it. Now, I do have a 3-year warranty. If I smash with a hammer, I get a new one. But at the same point, if I needed to upgrade my memory, if I need to replace a hard drive, if I need to fix anything, a fan's not working, whatever, pop and play. And I bought that, and the computer itself was $1,100. And for the price and the stuff I got in it, way worth it. Way worth it. But that's the way I view.
That's your Dell, right?
Yeah, the Dell. The Inspiron 15 9000 series.
Is it the red one?
Yeah, the red one.
My HP
I
has
like
that
one.
Yeah.
My
hold on a second.
$250 HP.
So yeah, I understand things cost money, and time is money, and time is valuable to people. I don't get.
So you see that one screw there?
Kind of.
Right there.
Yep.
That's the only screw on the whole thing. And all I got to do is take that one screw off. I take the whole board off. There's 2 fans. Everything's right here. I can get to every single thing underneath this. Or I can just take stuff apart with the, popping stuff off. It's so nice.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the idea of
My baby, I want to take care of it.
Yeah. Take care of your baby. Drew's got his baby over here.
It's got some.
What were you saying?
I like the idea of modular things like that too. And I mean, there have been automobiles that are modular. There have been a lot of different, phones, the Moto Z was supposed to be a modular phone and turned out to not necessarily be a modular phone.
Yeah.
Had Moto mods that were just as worthless as having a bunch of Bluetooth devices that can connect to your phone. But I think that we pay this price for different items, and with that comes expectations and quality and things like that. I think Apple makes very specialized machines for certain things that they do a good job of. They do make a elegant OS. They make a pretty looking computer. It is. It's a pretty. The aluminum MacBook when it came out was a pretty looking computer. Like it looked attractive. This is weird to anthropomorphize a computer, but they make sexy looking things. My Tesla is a sexy car. I like the way it looks. The Tesla Model S is a very poor built automobile. It was built by engineers who have never built cars before, who are like, oh my God, this is going to look cool. Like, let's do this here. Because it's missing a lot of the practical things that
So we have a question real quick. What does modular mean? Modular is when you have things that can fit together and then just take apart and add something new. So think of a vacuum cleaner, how you have multiple different attachments. You can take one piece off and put another one on, still using the main part of the vacuum. That's the best way I can describe it. So with certain phones or certain computers, like Josh is saying with the Mac, you have one computer, it's in a case, very difficult to get inside, let alone replace parts. Where my computer, the tower, or my laptop, I can easily take out, buy something, put it back in, and it runs no problem. Or it runs with less difficulty than other computers or other things.
Mom, they used to have
She says my car is sexy.
Yeah, Mom, the Tesla is pretty sexy on the inside. So think of Lego like a Lego phone.
Yeah.
So you have a Lego piece camera and a Lego piece hard drive and a Lego piece speaker and a Lego piece screen. So if you basically just plug and play, you can change out the camera if that ever becomes obsolete, or they had phones that were touted to be like this. I don't think they've actually mass produced one to the.
I've never seen one that actually has different mods like that you can change simultaneously.
I have, but it's not.
They're all
not mass produced or not like large scale.
So they're all sixth party, like phone developers, like a Rubik's wristwatch phone, which was supposed to be a modular silicone phone. So basically, you would have you'd be able to pick your mods, and then they'd basically put it on a flexible OLED screen, and then they'd silicone back it, and then you could put it literally in like a giant wristwatch sleeve, and it's all touchscreen and all doo-da-da. And then what you could do is basically, if you wanted to upgrade it, you'd send it back. They'd basically strip the silicone off, change the parts that you wanted, and it's like a week turnaround time for your phone. But I mean, that's
so nowadays with this phone. Let's just talk about just the phone in general. My phone, I think at the time, cost $800, $900. The new phone that Josh and Drew have, I think, cost $1,100. Those things, they're $1,000 phones. They're
$1049 if you get it from Walmart.
So they're super costs, for what they do. However, nowadays there are different types of phones, not Mac, just mostly Android, that you can get. I can buy a $200 phone and almost do everything that my phone does, just slightly less. So the processor's probably not as fast. The camera's not as good. Something's not as quick, or it doesn't look as nice. But for $200, I'm saving, $800 there, $600. Yeah, it's getting more and more attractive for me for the functionality over the aesthetics. And that's, I think, what I'm talking about, is because my setup is like I have the 3 monitors. My desktop is on the bottom. I don't care what it looks like. People have it all the colors and all that shit. I don't care what that. I look for functionality, where other people look for aesthetics, and that's fine. But I'm not paying the cost, even though I have the means to pay the cost. I don't want to have to pay the cost for, like, one of the videos that I just watched. I watch a lot of videos. They had a $5,000 brand new iMac Pro, and it's one of the top of the line machines for the iMac, or for the Mac series. And they built what's called a Hackintosh, which is a PC style computer, but with Mac OS on it. And they built it, and they built identical to the Mac, or the MacBook Pro, or the iMac Pro, for $1,300, $1,300. That's $3,000. Yeah, $3,800 that you didn't have to pay, but it just looks like a regular PC.
So is it?
But on the benchmark tests, there were differences. I've seen that video.
There were differences. I do want to
that your Hackintosh was crashing, trying to do the exact same things that the Mac Pro was not doing.
No, it wasn't crashing at all.
The
video that I saw was a lot of the benchmark tests were the MacBook Pro was slightly less or slightly better in every category, I think, with all the benchmarks they did. And then they did real world test, and the real world test showed they were identical with rendering time in 4K and 1080p. And then there was one other thing they did, but no crashing. And plus, with the Hackintosh, back in the day, you had to update it in a certain way or do something in a certain way, so Apple didn't know you had a Hackintosh. Well, now with the type of motherboards they have and the type of memory that's in the boards, you don't need to deal with that anymore. You can just update it immediately. Just update everything like you normally would. The only thing that doesn't work is, I think they were talking about something, but it ended up being sync. So everything works as far as I know. A lot better than what it used to be.
Yeah.
Again, I'll have to rewatch the videos, but I think, like I said, I think functionality is way more important than anything aesthetic looking. For the cost, I think those three, you have to weigh the pros and cons for all of them. But I honestly think aesthetic is, so for me at least, is so much less than functionality.
I don't mind. Like I could do with a square box case. That's fine, but I do want some lights. That's all.
I think the connectivity is one of the things that I really is kind of drawing me in. So with Samsung comes Samsung's entire bundle of things that'll work well with it. Being able, so I don't know if you've ever used Dex on your do you have an S8 or S9?
S8.
You might be able to do Dex on it. I don't know.
Is that like Siri?
Dex is when you plug your USB-C directly into a monitor or a
Yes.
projector, and
I have that
computer into a desktop version of Samsung.
Yep, S8 was the first one that had that.
Seeing that demonstrated on like the Note 9 when we were at our conference in Minneapolis, that was a fantastic feature. Being able to basically say, you know, not only do I have a functional phone that does awesome, like it takes great pictures, it does all these other things, but when I'm at a conference, I can pull out my S Pen, plug in my phone, and use my phone just like I would a desktop to show you a PowerPoint presentation and control it with the S Pen. That whole environment, that ability to do that is not something that you necessarily would get on like the Razer phone or a Nexus or one, you know, even your cheaper ZTE. Like you can get a cheap ZTE with 16 gigabytes of RAM, octa-core processor, awesome battery, awesome camera, blows everything out of the water in bench tests, but it's going to
shit,
like you're not going to be able to connect your ZTE with, you're not going to be able to plug in a monitor to it and run a full desktop version of something on there. You're not going to be able to have your Samsung Gear Watch connect to your
now you like that feature. In my opinion, I don't think it's functional again. I think anything that I would use that for, I'm going to have a laptop. And I know that's kind of, if I'm going to bring a monitor or if I'm going to hook up something, maybe if I was to go to some type of impromptu PowerPoint, maybe, but I'm going to have a laptop.
If you go somewhere, I mean, if you do things on your phone and I get what Josh is saying. Like I get what we're both saying. It's like if you do things on the go, instead of having to carry around the phone or the laptop and the phone, if you could primarily do everything on your phone, like set up a Google Doc or whatever, you know, on your phone, and then pull it up on a big, you know, monitor so everybody can see. If I could just plug my phone in instead of having to get that out and hook up a laptop to put it on the big monitor or whichever. I mean, it's really, that feature is the same as bringing a laptop or a monitor, or, you know, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily bring a monitor. That's not what I'm saying, but to bring a laptop or even like a, what's the puck thing that's basically the all-in-one PC that doesn't have a, whatever it's called, the little modular or mobile PCs, the all-in-one bits that you just plug the HDMI cord in and then it's there. Anyway,
I honestly think it's too much gimmicky. Like, yeah, it can work, but if I'm going to go anywhere where I'm actually going to use a PowerPoint presentation or show people stuff, I've planned it out in ahead of time, and I need to do it on some computer. Usually, like when we have stuff at work, we have a meeting every Wednesday. Wednesday is our meeting day, and we come into the room, and there's desks that you can sit at, and the one main desk where the presenter is at just has a HDMI cable popping out. You plug that into the side of your computer, and you're live on the thing. You're probably doing some type of Skype / WebEx meeting thing for most of the meetings you're having. If you're not doing that, you have everything that you need right there with files and everything you can pull up from before. If you're using just your phone, yeah, you can do it, but it seems like you're not going to have any power. You're not going to have everything you have with you. I feel that, like I said, it's just a gimmick. It's something
So
that I don't think most people would use.
that's exactly what the conference had where we were at. Like it literally was like, here's your HDMI cord plugged into our projector that goes up here. And like the regional director had his PC and he was plugged into it and doing all these other things. And with the PC being in there, there was a lot of like extra stuff that was going on. You know, you're getting email notifications in the corner and things like that. And then Samsung came in and they're like, hey, we're here to do our Samsung presentation. Had the USB-C to HDMI adapter, plugged it right into the projector, pulled out the S Pen, tapped on the screen, boom, ready to go. Like it was honestly something that if you do something like work for Samsung, or say you're in a sales position and you have to like, hey, we work for Logitech and we need to go to all these different companies, you know, we need to go to Ford and try to sell Ford the Logitech keyboards and mice and stuff like that and the whole suite. So they show up with just a cell phone, plug it in there, and they're showing you like, here's our PowerPoint presentation, here's all the numbers on that. Like that's a lot easier for that person to then, you know, go back into their car, plug their phone in, charge it, go to the next job, do the same presentation that way, then lug it in a phone and everything else. Like, I mean, or a tablet, you know, a bunch of other things with them. I think it's really simple to have it all on your phone. I have to carry a backpack around for work because there's a lot of things that I can't do just on my phone. But I really wish I could. Like,
I think that's the biggest thing is that if I have my meetings that I'm planning ahead of time, there's going to be questions that I can't interpret. And what I mean by, or not interpret, anticipate. So if you say, hey, Dale, what was the sales numbers for last year? I have an idea. Maybe we can jump some things around for this, whatever. Like, you know what? I don't know. Let me go to the website. Let me go to bring my email. Yeah, you can do that on your phone, but it feels like if it's, I don't know.
Well,
I guess I would have to use it enough.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say is I don't know how. I mean,
I think Dex does a good job of making it seem.
I hear nothing but good things.
It looks almost like Microsoft 10. I mean, it's one of the Windows 10. It looks very similar attributes, has Bixby instead of Cortana. But I mean, like it does a lot of the things that I love about it. Again, and this is me, Josh Gebby, iPhone user, Apple Mac fanboy, literally have 2 iPhones right now.
But who also has a PC and
yeah, I do have a PC because I mean, real respect's real, right?
God damn it.
What we got next, Dale? You said you got a kind of list of topics here.
Yeah, I'm actually scrolling through right now. That was most of my stuff that I have.
Dale, did you do a blind science question?
No, I did not. I could talk about it.
We're going to talk about Tallgrass Film Festival.
Yeah, do that. Yeah, awesome.
So Drew and I made it down to Wichita Friday night. And then spent Saturday and early Sunday morning at Tallgrass Film Festival in Wichita, representing Project Nerd. What? Got these sweet matching jerseys. Got to meet some awesome celebrities, check out some movies, and get some interviews with some of the creators for these movies.
It was a blast. I mean, Josh and I didn't even take advantage of literally everything that they were offering. And I still had fun.
I felt like a friggin' celebrity there, man. Like, and there were legit celebrities there too, which was awesome because like they're like, oh yeah, Wichita, this is like one of the greatest film festivals we go to. We're like, in Kansas, like really, like that's what you guys look forward to every year. And like a lot of the directors, producers, actors were just like, yeah, this is where we want to be every year.
But like, we just make a movie just so we can come back here.
It was a lot of fun. Just the conversations we had. I really wish we would have gone to more of the after parties. I wasn't feeling so hot, and Drew had the baby. So it was one of those things where.
Well, you guys took the kids with you?
Tasha and I took Thea.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Cool.
You saw the picture of her meeting Jim O'Hare, didn't you?
True, I did. Which was awesome, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, he was a riot. Like, so like, I know we talk about meeting,
Peter Dante,
and he was on like 11 from the very beginning. So is Jim O'Hare. he was on it from the very beginning, and it did not stop.
He made the most hilarious jokes, and like, I mean, he was basically like, "Oh, we got in at 4:00 in the morning, and I was rolling on heroin and ecstasy." And oh wait, are we recording?
Rolling right now?
Are we recording? What? So I mean, he was just hilarious, and it was just the craziest thing. I mean, and for like,
Drew got to do an interview, right? Too.
Yeah, I did too.
ROUS.
Yeah, the ROUS and 1100 to Lebec.
Yes.
Was the other one, and I want to actually. I mean, I want to see both. I want to see a lot of the films that were there. Don't get me wrong, but specifically the 1100 to Lebec.
Coming out on Hulu, right?
Yeah, they're coming out on Hulu. But the way that she described it was, it's like a road trip comedy, but without a car. So basically, it's centers around a group of friends who are basically running their late friend's ashes to Lebec, Texas, which is like 1,100 miles away. So it's
California to
it's like northern California to Lebec, Texas, I think is what it is. But so she's training them to do this marathon, and basically they end up doing the marathon, and like I said, kind of some heartfelt hilarity ensues. You know, it's like she said, it's a road trip comedy without the car. So,
and these interviews will be posted on projectnerd.com. So if you want to watch the interviews and check them out, they will be on Project Nerd. I believe they have a special thing for like interviews or like Project Nerd events. The Project Nerd Tour, right? Is that what it goes under? And you'll be able to see like the interviews and stuff there. So I just did the sound for all of them. So if the sound's terrible, blame Iggy's equipment.
So
we offered to bring ours,
and then I did the ROUSs, which, if you're familiar with Princess Bride, the Rodents of Unusual Size, which became a
true story
about basically some giant some giant ass rodents and
Louisiana swamp rats.
Yeah, the people who basically capture them, you know, and how they affect the climate and stuff, or you know,
the ecosystem. Yeah. That was another interesting conversation, because the dude was from Louisiana, and he mentioned that the ROUSs were good eating, and I was like, that's exactly, like, the whole time he was doing this interview, that's all I was thinking about. I was like, I wonder what these rats taste like.
And they do not taste like chicken. What did he say they tasted like? He said
it was a little better than rabbit.
Yeah.
So he says like chicken, rabbit, then Narias or Naria? Naria? I can't think of the names of the rats.
No, I can't remember what it's called.
Your mom says Naria.
Nutria.
Yes, thank you. I love that she knows that.
Yeah.
That was my science question. It was all around nutrias. Oh no.
So yeah, he basically was like, it was like chicken, rabbit, nutria. So, but he's a wildlife handler. Not only, but he's trained with other Hollywood animals as well. So
he says he's a professional snake wrangler. So he worked with like venomous snakes.
He's a professional falconist.
Yes.
And so like it was
just really cool. Like he doesn't work with large mammals though.
Yeah, he was like, the only thing I haven't done is like bears and rhinos and shit.
Which was really upsetting, because I was going to ask him how much we needed to pay him to get Drew to fight a bear.
Not very much, apparently.
So do you see the Bert Kreischer?
So I put the marshmallow in my mouth, and this bear.
Marshmallow.
So okay, Tesla. So Tesla didn't turn a profit. We'll get back into Tesla because I had some other things to talk about. Yeah, I have things to talk about Tesla. So Tesla didn't turn a profit, I guess, which was fake news on my part. But they did say that they're going to reduce some of the interior options for the Model S, right?
And
X to streamline production.
Yep.
So hopefully, I mean, that kind of tags along with what Dale was saying as far as, the production goes.
That's what the cost is, honestly.
I think a lot of what they're necessarily going to eliminate options, I think kind of mean they're going to force all the options on people. Like, so you're not going to be able to pick panoramic sunroof. You're just going to automatically have it. Like, it doesn't.
So they're going to go big, and you're not going to have the option to take.
Because if you want to go cheaper, the option to go cheaper is
the Model 3.
So they're going to push people towards that. So your expensiver cars are going to stay more expensive.
The expensiver cars.
Gosh, I still Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm sticking with it, guys.
The more costly cars.
Yes.
The more money's cars. So yeah, I just want to kind of touch there, and then as always, I keep seeing the Teslas beating cars on the drag strips videos, and that always makes my heart a little giddy. But
bring into Casey next time we go down for
I'm definitely in. So let me you guys shoot the shit for a minute. I'm gonna find a blind science question.
Oh, I already got one.
Oh, you got one.
Already got
one. Perfect.
I got one.
Is that where we are? We're on blind science now?
Yep. So right now, Josh, you're 80%, 8 for 10. You missed 2. You missed the clouds one, and what was the other one?
Clouds and
was it the Mars one?
No.
I think it was. It was like the spacecraft one.
No, I think it was clouds, and I don't think he got all. Well, I don't know. He got
the simple machines we gave. I know that.
Yep. Okay, so this one, it has to do with rocks.
Rocks. Ooh, geology.
So I'm looking for 2 answers, and this is a 2-part question. What is the rock cycle? And by answering this question, what are the 3 types of rocks that we have on Earth?
3 types of rocks: igneous, sedimentary, and igneous is cooled magma. Sedimentary is packed dirt becoming rocks, and then
space rocks.
Oh my gosh, why can't I remember? Igneous, sedimentary, and then I want to say like sandstone, but I don't think that's right.
That's a type of rock.
I know. But
hold on.
What happens between sedimentary and igneous? Remember, it's a cycle.
Yep.
How is igneous formed?
So igneous is formed via so while your liquid rock and metal is in the earth, obviously they're separate because they don't like mixing together when they're there. As the volcanic rock becomes it's basically molten rock, dries, becomes this porous kind of like air bubble filled rock. That's going to be your igneous rocks.
Okay.
Your igneous rocks would then be eroded away via water and wind, and scattered around in different spots. So then you'd have that mixed with other types of like sands and things like that then stack on top of each other and keep stacking. That's going to be your sedimentary rocks that have multiple, that's where you're finding like layers of rocks and stuff. Usually you can tell those by horizontal lines throughout the rocks.
Okay.
And then I just can't.
So how do you get back from that to igneous?
Back from that to igneous, are you getting, I'm assuming it's something at that point in time where they're pushed so hard together that they become like one solid rock just before they start getting heated again back in the mantle.
Magma.
I just don't know what name they would be.
So the pressure and heat gets high enough where the sedimentary rock, press together and become this new type of rock.
I don't know the name.
Fraggle Rock.
I know the process in which it happens from pressure and heat. I'm gonna say, diamond. Not necessarily diamond, but like, oh man, why can't I think of the name of the rock?
Give him the first letter.
If I give him the first letter, he's gonna get it.
Well, maybe.
M.
Metamorphic.
I told you he was gonna get it. Yep, metamorphic. That's correct. So Drew, I came up with the question. You came up with. You give me to see if you got it or not.
Well, so wait.
So the 3 types of rocks: igneous, sedimentary, metamorphic.
What was the?
And then the process. I got the process down.
You got the process down.
Igneous to sedimentary to metamorphic.
I guess that's 5. I guess that's like 5 out of 6 for the overall.
I would say that was 7 out of 8 is the things I was looking for.
Yeah.
It's just the word metamorphic I didn't get right, guys.
Yep. So if that's cool with you, then we're going to give him 9 out of 11. Josh or Drew, you think so?
Yeah. Real quick, can you look up and see if the oldest rock in the world has a name?
The oldest rock in the world?
Yeah. That green one?
That green one? Did they name it?
I don't know. I saw that on Facebook, though. That's good.
Zircons?
It's a space rock.
Confirmed oldest fragment of early Earth is 4.4 billion years old. It's called zircons. I don't know.
You weren't supposed to say it. That was supposed to be his
my question?
His deciding factor.
No.
No.
It's like, how much is it? 4.4 billion?
That's what this is saying. There's other stuff on here.
The moon's not 4.4 billion years old?
I thought the moon or Earth is 6.3 something million years old.
Yeah,
right?
and the moon happened really quick.
Yeah.
After that, so I would assume the moon's older than that. So any moon rock, I think, should be older than that.
So this is stuff there's the 7 oldest rocks ever discovered. 3.3. Okay, this is increasing in age. We'll get to number 1. Lunar sample.
Boom.
Yeah, 4.46 billion years old. Location from the moon.
No, I can't find the article about that green rock though.
Yeah, but then before that was zircons. So cool.
So it's technically the second oldest rock?
The moon is the first, but that's from the moon, not from the Earth.
It's not an Earth rock. Okay, that makes sense.
Yep. So zircons, and then you would have.
Where did zircon come from, though? Like, was it just?
What'd you say?
Where did that zircon come from?
It's the Jack Hill zircon. It's believed to be the oldest geological material ever found on Earth, dating back to 4.375 billion years, or give or take 6 million years. Zircons are technically not rock, but we felt that they should be included on this list. Scientists published their findings in 2014 in the Journal of Natural Geoscience after analyzing a single atom of a lead in a zircon crystal from Australia's Jack Hills Range.
Okay.
Trace elements found in zircon suggested they came from water-rich granite-like rocks such as granodiorite or tonalite. According to the researchers, this information shows that the earliest Earth was more like the Earth we know today. In contrast, the earlier theories that said Earth was initially inhospitable.
Interesting.
I found the post.
So they were using uranium dating on that, I'm assuming, to find out how much lead content was in the rock.
I have no information on that.
Usually, if they're measuring lead content, they're finding out how much uranium became lead. So how much
from radiometric age dating.
Yeah, so it's probably uranium.
Well, it says your mom.
Wait, what?
No, nothing.
I was like, we're looking at the comments. I don't see any of that.
So this the Murchison meteorite is 4.6 billion years old, or 4,600 million years old.
Yes.
Stupid. From Murchison, Australia. This is a fragment of a meteorite that landed in Murchison, Australia in 1969. The Murchison meteorite and others like it called carbonaceous chondrites have been dated radiometrically and are thought to be the remnants of the birth of the solar system.
Birth of the solar system.
It's about 4 billion years too late.
Well, guys, we are getting to the last 3 minutes. We're at 2 hours right now, and I have to work in the morning.
Yeah,
me too.
So let's sign off here. And we appreciate everybody for watching. Thank you for liking this video on Facebook and Twitch. YouTube was being a big butt. So thanks for watching. For
big
that. Butt. Drew, where else could they find us if they want to listen to more of our stuff?
So we are on iTunes, SoundCloud. I almost said Spotify. iTunes, SoundCloud, TuneIn, Podcast Addict. Hopefully soon Google Play Store. We need to get on that.
Why aren't we on Spotify?
Because you have to have a bunch of pay use stuff that they have to do. But
Project Nerd.
Google, yeah, we're on Project Nerd as well. We need to get on Google Play because a lot of people are like, "Well, I don't have iTunes." I'm like, "Well, you have Google Play or any of the apps that we can, get downloaded." So anyway, but we are on Project Nerd every Thursday, including this Thursday.
Well, not the last 2 Thursdays.
But not the last 2 Thursdays. But we made up for that. So, and then. Yeah, we got some swag that you can get.
If you guys want to buy anything, buy a t-shirt just like this, you can go to teespring.com, look for our stuff. There's always links everywhere that I post stuff. We'll hopefully be joining with Project Nerd to be on Patreon, and that's the only thing because we don't have Audible anymore. But don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram because we do post on that more frequently. And then also subscribe to our YouTube channel. We do post this and other videos for our podcast. So check out the one for the auto show. That's my favorite.
That was a really well-edited piece.
Yeah. I'm actually working on a few stuff from last year's project, last year's Planet Comic-Con.
Yeah, we need to get that up in time to do Planet Comic-Con this next year.
Yep.
Also, there might be some other content which we can talk about offline.
Yeah.
That we can upload.
Cool. Well, we appreciate you for sitting and chit-chatting with us, and we'll catch you next week. Maybe we'll do a live stream, maybe we won't. You'll just have to find out. Next time on Sexy Nerd Science.
Dragon.